Who?
Our patrons.
Oh, that's true.
Anyone at the $5 tier and above have heard someone on the show curse.
Mike cursed in an episode. Just a little one, though.
I don't think I left it, though.
Yeah, you did.
I don't think I did.
You did.
What did he say?
He said...
You don't have to say it, say it.
I think... I don't remember. He said it. It was something super
Was
stupid.
it the F-bomb?
No, oh my gosh, no.
The S word?
No. It was like
One of the B's?
D.
Oh, okay.
And I think he caught it and
yeah.
said, dang.
I will say, though, that is
is
one of the least cursed curses.
Yeah.
Like the...
I've heard nuns say that, you know? It's like...
They're probably actually, like, condemning something to hell. Like the...
That makes sense.
If they're nuns.
Yeah.
But Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Live action.
Yeah.
Raphael. When he's on the rooftops,
yeah.
He gets really angry and he just goes, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was just a really big moment. Cracks me up. What do you think they're going to ask us about today? We got 1 minute.
1 minute?
Till the link is shared.
Oh, I don't know. What do you think? Well, I mean, like, we're getting pretty near the end.
We are. We're getting dangerously close.
I feel like a lot of questions will be about transitioning to Volume 2 and what we can expect.
Yeah. It is 3:00. The link should be out.
Do you want to confirm that?
I'm going to double check our Patreon account to confirm. I know I set it up at the right time. I was very particular about that. Not seeing it. Read. Posts.
Wash my hands of this.
Come on. Why is it not showing up? Did I forget
Did you not do CST? Central Standard Time, Josh?
I did. Look, it's right there. There it is. Scheduled for 3 p.m. on April 22nd, 2018.
That's today.
And right now, right?
Can we just post it? Can you just manually post it?
It's sitting there. I'm not sure. It left from scheduled. Here we go. It's published.
It's published.
Okay.
I expect to see.
It took a minute. It took a minute for it to go live. That's good to know. I'm going to set all of them for
259.
259. Oh. Yeah.
Hey.
Danny, welcome. You get the sweet spot.
Right in the middle.
Right between us.
You get to show your butt to the camera.
It's a Danny sandwich.
It's a what sandwich?
It's a Danny sandwich.
Oh, the Danny sandwich.
It's a Danny sandwich.
Oh, sorry.
Trying to goose him?
Sorry, Dan's got that bad head.
All right, we are live.
Hey, we have 2 viewers.
Yep.
One being Josh.
Yeah, one's me, the other's Ellen. What's up, Ellen?
What up, Ellen?
Can we see the chat? Is that possible?
Yeah, we can.
I just like seeing it.
Here we go.
Ooh, can we pop out the chat? Or you might have to mute that.
I don't know if we can. It's muted. My computer's muted. Yeah. I thought ahead today. Reed.
Hit the little 3 dots up there.
This is gone. 3 dots?
Yeah, above the chat. Pop out chat. That's what we want. And then you can close the other window.
Oh, glory be.
Yeah, that's dope.
That is dope.
That's we can just leave it like that. That's or if you want to make it bigger, you can
You make the chat bigger?
Yeah, just drag it. Just drag it to the bottom.
Oh, drag it to the bottom.
Do like one of these guys?
No, all the way to the bottom.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. This is the best.
You did it, man.
Thanks, Dan.
You did it.
We got there.
Give him a kiss.
I'm really proud.
Give him a kiss.
I'd have taken it. I would have accepted it. You know what's funny? My niece. Well, she's not my blood niece, but one of my best friend's daughter's niece.
I'm not your
so
blood
just
friend.
a friend.
Just a friend's daughter, I suppose. She's 3.5 or so.
Okay.
And she used to every time she went to bed, we were over there because we go over hang out with them, and she comes and gives us all a hug, and she gives us a kiss goodnight, and she stopped giving me kisses because she started not liking my beard. She said one time, she said, Josh, if you shave, I'll give you a kiss. And she says, that would be a really good idea.
The kiss ultimatum.
Yeah.
Married folks understand.
So, but we tell her, we say, you never have to kiss anybody. You know what I mean?
Smart.
Like you can, you know what I mean?
And still
so-
that young.
And I always, I innately say like, oh, you're such a pretty, you're such a pretty little girl. You know what I mean? Like I want to say that. And my wife says, don't say pretty, say smart. That's Kelsey. Kelsey's like, tell her she's a smart girl. Kelsey just say smart, say smart. Don't get her fixated on what she looks like.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, yeah, like I get it, but
And that's Kelsey's like, that's her sweet spot. You know what I mean? She wants like smart girls. That's her deal. Oh, awesome. Cass caught my message.
So did Kaylee.
Oh, cool.
Apparently.
They sisters.
They are. That Red Bull is potent.
Got him.
Man.
Got him.
You can smell it?
Oh, can you not? I
You
have
taste
allergies and I can smell it.
It's like turpentine, like just
You taste it.
gasoline. It just like
Yeah.
soaks into the air.
Intercourse.
Yeah. You're gonna have to like Febreze this couch.
Yeah. Well, April live stream.
April live stream.
So, welcome everybody.
How are you?
Remember to be when you're asking questions, which bring us questions. Hit us up with whatever you want. Questions about life. Question about Danny's hair. Question about Reed and Volume 2.
Volume 2.
Why on earth would he choose to do sci-fi? And any kind of questions. Just put a capital question. You know what I mean?
Big question.
Yeah, big cap locks question, so that we know. So we see it pop out amongst the rest of the chat. We got 11 people watching now.
What's up, 11 fam?
Reed, you feeling any better?
Yeah, for the most part. For the most part.
Cool.
I went to a doctor, got a steroid shot, got some antibiotics, feeling good.
Nice. Question, Reed. Where'd you get that sick pillow?
You should ask Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she got it because this is her house.
She does all our decorating.
And her pillow.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, Home Goods or Target. Home Goods or Target.
Ellen said she always has questions until the stream starts, and then she immediately forgets them all.
You gotta write those down.
Gotta write them down.
You missed out on my pacifist chicken dinner.
Oh, I saw. And you didn't get a chicken dinner.
In my book, I did.
Wait a minute.
You got as much of a chicken dinner as a pacifist can, I guess.
You got a chicken dinner without killing anybody?
I got second without killing anybody.
Wow.
Or did you fire a bullet, though?
I didn't pick up a gun. I only allowed myself heals.
Okay. That's it. I saw the result. I didn't watch the whole thing because it got boring.
It was pretty wild at the end.
That would be very boring, I would think. You're just like
when
walking
that,
around.
When that 8th place dude landed right on you,
Oh my
I was
gosh.
just like, punch him or something. Just
Well,
do
no,
something.
He got shot.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I see questions.
Yep.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
This is from Amelia. Question: will there be a new theme tune in Volume 2? Should we fill them in?
Theme song?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. I'm looking them up right now.
Okay. So I am very, very thrilled to announce that I reached out to my boy Star Warrior, and he has agreed to make us a custom, not made for any other purpose, Sneak Attack Volume 2 theme song. He sent me an early demo of it. It is dope. It's lit. We're working on like the finality of it right now.
Is he doing more than one for us?
He's put together 3 demos for us, and we get to pick. And yeah, like, so we're working on it, getting like the pacing, the intensity, like building at the right moments, releasing at the right moments. So, but it's dope. It's dope. I reached out to him, and he was super chill. He's like, oh yeah, I'd love to do it. Blah blah blah. He'd never heard of us before, obviously, but like.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me mute I'm gonna turn on some of his music.
Okay. So yeah, I'm super excited. We don't have like the final score released or like solidified yet, but it's going to be Star Warrior, who some of you may have heard of, based from like my Twitter. I promote the dude, as also just because he's dope. If you've never heard The Nightlife in a G6, go check it out. It's one of the greatest mashups of all time.
Nightlife.
Nightlife in a G6. So he wrote a song called Nightlife, and it's awesome. And then someone did a mashup with that and like it Fly Like a G6 by East Coast Customs. What's the Far East Movement? East Coast Customs.
Wow.
That's Fit My Ride, I think. Sorry. Anywho, yeah. So that's what's happening.
It's really we are really like pulling out all the stops for Volume 2.
Yeah, Volume 2 is going to be litty.
I am super stoked, and I'm planning on doing like sound effects better than we've ever done them before.
Lots of Foley.
Yeah.
Jess Lou, question. I'm considering DMing for the first time this summer. What module do you think would be a good start? Josh, I think you probably have a good insight into this.
Good module for first time DMing?
First time DM.
Honestly, any module's fine. Like I would personally suggest the Yawning Portal module because it comes with a bunch of smaller adventures. I honestly think committing to like a full book for your first time is really, really ambitious.
Tyranny of Dragons is a lot.
Yeah, you're talking Tyranny of Dragons 2 books even. You can go from all the way from level 1 to I think level 17.
Isn't that 3 books? I thought it was 3.
No, Tyranny of Dragons is 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Rise of Tiamat and like
Court of the Dragon Queen.
Yeah. But like small bites. Don't bite off more than you can chew. And read through the whole adventure, which on the Yawning Portal, I think there's 7 in one book. And so like read through the whole adventure, get a feel for the whole thing, and tweak whatever you want for yourself. But that's a good way to like cut your teeth before just jumping off into building your own world and building your own adventure, which I'm currently doing for the first time for the show.
Yeah.
And I'm super, super excited about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
It's gonna be great.
And the only person I haven't heard about their character yet is Danny. He hasn't given me any information about who he wants to be, who his character is. I've already worked in 2 of the characters' like stories into the like it will be part of a little tiny piece of the actual adventure.
Who are you gonna be? Dan?
I don't know.
I'm
making them all level 1.
Yeah. Ooh, should we say what we are?
This is a one-off, right?
Why not? Why? This is like a great platform to do that. You guys get first place here. You get to learn these new characters we're creating.
I'm gonna be a tiefling bard.
Oh,
it's gonna be straight fire.
Reed has like a really sweet spot in his heart for bards.
I do.
That's like you've been like 3 bards, is that right? Like
yes.
1 with the group without us.
Yep.
And then 1 with me.
And now this one.
Yeah.
I am a huge fan of characters that use charisma as like their main stat.
Mm-hmm. Warlocks do the same, right?
Warlocks do the same. But Mike has got Warlock on lock.
Okay, yeah.
Mike's a Warlock.
Yeah, Mike's gonna be a Warlock. He's gonna be I think a gnome. I don't think anyone needed to like tell anyone
it's a
that.
gnome. We don't have to hide it. It's a gnome.
Yeah.
I don't know what Kelsey's gonna be, so that I also don't want to know. I kind of want that to be a surprise for me.
Okay, I think she's gonna be a new race.
Oh, cool.
That no one's played yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Half orc. So, I'm right.
I know.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
So, yeah, that's I'm super excited for volume 2 for this. Enough of that.
Reed's playing in volume.
Back to me. Let's shift the attention back to here. Can we zoom in on this area?
No,
right here. I'd
be lying if I didn't say I am planning some stuff just to bug Reed.
Oh yeah, and I'm planning stuff just to screw with Josh.
I know.
It's great.
I know. It'll be really good. Another question, Dan. Can Akio keep his super awesome voice?
I don't know.
Next episode will be the last required.
I thought this.
No.
Oh yeah.
We've recorded it.
We've recorded it. Yeah. We'll see. I think I've like slid into this sweet spot where his voice isn't super awkward for me anymore.
Yeah. I love the voice personally.
So we'll see. Maybe
because it every time he talks, it almost like brings a sense of like battle-heartedness, like just age to the character. Yeah, like this is a dude who's seen some stuff, but also it gives the hilarious opportunities like goring up, which was amazing. Like so, I think it's the perfect spot. If he doesn't continue to do it, there's no harm. But I really enjoy the voice.
Yes.
Question about basic overview of the classes, volume 2. Have we?
You skip 1.
Oh, did we? Okay,
I got it.
The chat's going too fast for me now.
What kind of space theme? Space opera?
Oh, space. Oh, for like the tone of the tone
Yeah,
of volume
yeah,
two. It's gonna be more like a. I don't like Star Wars is like the space opera western kind
Yeah.
of thing. Probably not gonna go that route. If I had to guess, tonality less serious than volume one, more in the thematic and like
Rick and Morty.
tone. Oh, if I was clever enough to write like Rick and Morty, I would write for Rick and Morty. But like I think probably in the same creative vein, visual vein of like a Blade Runner.
Ooh, yeah.
I have some concept art that I've downloaded onto my phone.
Like- Take Trains, Planes, and Automobiles and put that into Blade Runner.
Perfect, ship it. So I think I have some concept art. It's very gritty. Like it's not going to be like everyone's wearing silver jumpsuits and all disease is cured. It's like it's going to be like pretty
Like Men in Black.
gritty, but like in the future, like with
Yeah.
with
I meant like tone. Like there's serious story elements, but for the most part, the goof is gonna stay pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like we're
Yeah.
not gonna like jump off the goofy train.
yeah. So there's that. I have like the big story arc kind of established, and I've got probably the first 2 season outlines done. So that's really exciting to feel really confident in a direction for the story, which I haven't been up until about 2 weeks ago. And that's been the biggest balance thus far, is trying to figure out. I don't want to immediately take it as serious as Volume 1 got. Volume 1, if you go back and listen to like the first 10 episodes, they're so wacky.
They are.
Like, I specifically wrote in the first episode that there's a sign in Antwood that says fighting is not allowed, tickling is permitted. Like, it was just
that
like,
became an oddity in your world.
exactly.
Like
That's
that-
not the standard.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
intended for that to be the standard, but I deviated hard because writing drama is easier
than
in
writing comedy.
execution than writing
Yeah.
comedy.
Heck yeah.
And I kind of got not lazy, but just like complacent. So I want to make a conscious decision to make the tone less serious, less doom and gloom all the time,
yeah.
and really emphasize these short burst like missions of they can be all over the gambit, but still allow for serious moments, comedic moments,
Yeah.
interesting like wacky NPCs, traditional NPCs, without like diving deep into like I guess like this Tegan Thalen thing is like a huge like I can't shift that now because that's setting the tone for everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm taking intentional steps to make it a little less restrictive in tone, hopefully.
Yeah. That's solid. I was gonna ask a question.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Did you type it? I didn't see it.
No, I didn't. I didn't type it.
Follow the process.
Sorry. Question. What do you think it would take? Because right now you're writing it as if we were like a show, like a
TV show.
a TV show.
Mhm.
What do you think would take writing to the next level? Like if you wanted to from where your level of investment is now, if we wanted to like take the show more seriously, show wise,
Yeah.
what would be the technical steps? Would it be writing team? Would it be getting an actual like established editor who's not even in the show, but just like edits for the show? Like what would you consider to be the next like official?
I would
Step up.
probably try and find a writing partner.
Yeah.
Someone who was invested in me as a person, like saw potential in what I do, but is way better than me at telling stories.
More experience.
And
yeah,
then allow that person to influence my writing without removing my voice.
Yeah.
I think that would, and like if I could do it full time, if I could write 40 hours a week,
it'd be a whole different
a
thing.
whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
I feel like
I hear you there.
I feel like if I could just write this show for a living, my gosh, like we could actually pitch it to like AMC and they could make it.
Yeah.
I don't think my writing is like Vince Gilligan or even capable of Vince Gilligan style, but
the stuff that gets on TV, come on, Reed. We can get that. We were at that level.
I think so.
Cool. All right. Next question from the listeners. Can we get a basic overview of classes in Volume 2?
Sure.
You're going to give the list?
I can. Let me just look.
Okay, I'm gonna do a Danny question while you're doing that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Danny, what hair products do you use?
Lately I've just been using water, but there is one. I think it's a pomade. I can't remember the name of it. It's got like a skull on the cover, and the skull has hair. It's in like a little brown can.
Dapper Dan.
It's not Dapper Dan.
You're Dapper Dan.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. I use fiber.
Ooh.
I can't remember the name of the thing.
Hmm.
But it's like one of those little cups you like
Yeah.
put on 3 fingers and just.
There you go.
And the goal is that it doesn't like actually like change the consistency of your hair.
Yeah.
You can still mess with it, but it stays in shape.
Yep.
I dig that. All right. Let's see here. A lot of these are for Reed.
Sorry.
Speaking of kind versus serious, if there ever was a novelization of Sneak Attack Volume 1, what do you think the balance of goof and plot would be? Ooh, Danny, what do you think?
Ooh.
What would be the balance? What if it was in some interesting the Adventure Zone,
Mhm.
they're kind of launching into some new territory by publishing the comic book that they're coming out with this next
Yep.
month.
Yeah.
They're taking their entire adventure, or at least a decent chunk of it, and they've turned it into a comic book, a graphic novel.
Yeah, just that first one, right?
Yeah.
Here there be gerblins.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it's interesting to me. That's a creative way to allow people to kind of catch up with the back catalog.
Yeah.
Without having to spend, years worth of their life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think a novelization would be better than a graphic novel? If we ever did something like that?
I don't know. I feel like you would definitely you'd probably get through the story a lot faster
Yeah.
reading than you would
Oh,
listening.
yeah. Especially with like visuals, like
could the goof be translated though? Because I feel like a lot of our goof is like table chemistry and dialogue.
I can't. That's the same with the Adventure Zone though. So I want to get my hands on that graphic novel and see how they portrayed their characters and kept like the tone of their show in a graphic novel. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
We've had a guy, one of the artists that likes to do fan art for the show. He's done comic book style pages before.
Really
which
strong
are
stuff.
really fun. And one of them was kind of comical.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting.
Okay, going back to classes, I think we've missed a lot of the questions.
I got them all.
Okay.
I'm
Going back to classes, I have 8 classes right now that I have established. Each class will be getting at least 2 subclasses. So in reality, 16 variations of at least 16 variations, ways to play in volume 2. So starting at the beginning, we got soldier, just basic soldier, kind of like Josh. He's a fighter. This would be more of a soldier. Number 2, engineer. They can hack and repair and stuff. Number 3, smuggler. Think of your Han Solo types. That's what he did. 4, pirate. Think of the people who hunt Han Solo and want to take his stuff.
like a bounty hunter.
Like bounty hunters, pirates, space pirates. 5, an ambassador. This would be someone with like diplomatic or political background, especially with there being aliens and all this fun stuff. You have to imagine that political savvy is going to be very important. With aliens having totally different mannerisms, demeanors, even just like a gesture that seems totally normal can be a huge no-no to certain races. If you just wave to someone, they could see that as a sign of I want to fight you right now.
Yeah.
So you need someone to be able to navigate those intricacies. Number 6, a Templar. Might be some religious influence there. Just gonna throw this just a little bit. 7, a pilot. There's all these spaceships. Someone's got to fly them. And number 8, a doctor. And I have in a colon, I need healing. So, that's our medic, our standalone medic. I imagine that
no one will pick that class.
I imagine that engineers and Templars will kind of have healing capabilities as well. But
do you know what you're going to be, Dan?
After hearing him read the descriptions,
like I didn't send it to him already.
We've seen all that stuff before.
You've seen it.
Space pirate sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
Interesting. You just I sometimes forget
He's a
that
contrarian.
you pocket into like the character that causes just a lot of conflict in terms of just by being there.
I've had like a general idea for a character and a voice in my pocket for Volume 1 for a long time, and it's never come up. So I think he fits a lot better into Volume 2, especially with the Space Pirate class. So I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm a doctor, not a space pirate. That's awesome.
Okay, next question. Do you have a set date at the current show that the current show will end, Reed?
No. I told
feel it out.
I told the group at the end of last recording, we're probably looking at maybe 6 to 8 more episodes after this next Friday, which will put us somewhere.
3 to 4 more recordings, 2 months maybe.
Yeah, I would say middle to end of June is when we should expect it.
Reed, how hardcore are you going to troll Josh in the upcoming one shot?
So hard.
Not
He's
that
so
hard.
I don't-
He's not
I-
gonna
I-
troll that
I
hard.
honestly don't think that hard.
I think we're going to throw little jibes at each other, but I don't think
Yeah.
we're going to try and like ruin each other's game.
No, definitely not. Ideally, what I will do is troll Danny more than anything. Danny and Mike seem to be the biggest like game planning diversions
Yeah.
in Sneak Attack. Josh is
Kelsey's going to love that, Reed, by the way.
Yeah.
Just you upping their chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. No, yeah, if you thought
Oh,
Kelsey,
yeah, with Josh gone.
I
and
I
Reed,
know,
and
I
there's
know.
gonna
She'll be
no
the only
stable
one
voice.
left. Yeah,
if
yeah,
you thought Kelsey got frustrated before, it's gonna get
No,
worse.
you know what's going to happen? I'm predicting this right now. Don't tell him, but I think Mike's going to step in. I think he'll step in as a series character
Oh yeah,
because he kind of did that a little bit in
Yep.
Dino 210
he did.
when we were in the basement and we were going crazy, and he's like, and he had to have this like heart to heart with Kelsey's character.
Hmm.
That was an interesting moment I didn't expect from Mike.
Yeah. There's a lot of unexpected moments in Dino 210 for me.
Yes.
Like Mike coming so hard, like with a fully fleshed out character, was totally unexpected.
Yeah, and he's got a fleshed out character for this other
Yeah,
one shot.
yeah.
Like he's got like some stuff planned.
And honestly, the biggest shock came from you as Moog, not like having sympathy for the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was interesting.
That was such like I expected. As I'm writing this, I was like, okay, I'll give them like the moral dilemma. It's not real moral dilemma, but just like the moral dilemma of there's this innocent baby dinosaur. What do we do? And you're just like, no, it's not even a conversation. Like,
Yeah.
I relate to this. I was like, I don't remember exactly what you said, but I was like, oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah,
I did not expect to see that. I've seen the comments like, I can't wait for Player Read. Like,
Oh, I can't either. You guys are gonna love him.
I've got some ideas that if I can put pen to paper and settle on this, because we don't even know when we're recording it.
I thought we were recording not tomorrow, but next Monday.
Will that give you enough time
Evening.
to edit?
To edit? They'll give me 3 days to edit.
Okay. And
So-
like, I imagine you'll probably go a little bit hard in the paint with like sound effects. And
Oh
stuff,
yeah,
but-
yeah. It'll be heavy. It'll be heavy
And
editing.
it'll probably be a longer episode too.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make sure I don't have to do any like actual like legitimate work those days. I'm self-employed now, so I can literally spend
Right.
2 work days doing this thing.
Right. I just don't want to like overburden you either.
Sorry, man. We got overburdened because we only have 2 weeks till it's due.
Yeah.
So like anytime we do it, it's crunch time. So
This one seemed less
this gives me time
Structured
to write and
than
to
the
like,
last one. That's true. That's true.
you know what I mean, develop it.
I did feel like I was up against the gun writing for Dino 210
Yeah.
because I wanted to give that long lead time.
Yeah, and because I'm writing it, I know what environmental sounds I'm going to create. You know what I mean?
Makes
Where you
sense.
guys are going to be, so I can kind of do some pregame. Will you be releasing the material for Volume 2 so that others can play in your modified 5e system?
I'm planning on it.
So I think that's how we were approaching it, right?
The way I categorized and structured Volume 1 internally for my notes wasn't really conducive to long form writing or handing it out for the world to partake.
What just happened? I think I just made someone a moderator of our chat by accident.
Well,
Bernie or Bernice?
Bernie Burns?
Someone named
Bryce?
Maybe it was Bryce. I may have accidentally just made you moderator. Sorry.
Yep, I see it now.
Be a good moderator, I suppose.
Bryce with great
Um,
power.
I was trying to copy one of the questions, and my thing just went crazy, and I made a moderator. Sorry,
I'm so
everybody.
sorry. Anywho, yeah. So I didn't do a very good job of planning what distribution of that content would look like. So I'm trying to do a better job for volume 2, with that in mind.
Okay. Josh, why are you Josh the hippie as a person whose mother is one I see no resemblance in you? Thank you. The only reason I'm Josh the hippie is because that's what I decided for myself when I was a senior in high school, and I thought hippies were cool. I wanted to be a hippie.
You used to have long hair though.
I had long hair. I liked to wear tie-dye shirts and like shirts from Cambodia, and like I was just very like, hey man, like I really
Baked
wanted
constantly.
I really wanted to be a hippie.
All the
So
time.
I'm not a hippie anymore. Reed, how do you name all your NPCs? How doesn't he?
For a long time, I had a running list that I could pull from at a moment's notice. So if I thought of a cool name as I'm driving or working or something, I'd just like add it to my notepad. And then if it ever came to it, like they said, oh, I go into this shop that I wasn't planning on, I can have a list of names, a list of attributes, a list of descriptions, blah, blah, blah. And then I just like draw a line to 3 of them and be like, all right, that's this guy now. And I just like make it up on the spot. I'd try and give him a funny voice. And then that was that.
Some of the best NPCs you didn't even make up; they just happened.
They're bred out of necessity.
Yeah.
Definitely that's the case. Gin Rummy being one of them.
Yep.
But
that one clothing owner.
Oh, Make It So Gal?
Yeah.
She was great. So, as we've been playing for 3 years, my creative juices are kind of tapped name-wise. So that list is not existent anymore. I've burned through it probably a year ago, and I haven't been adding to it very frequently. So, yeah, just find a name that you think is interesting, like even a real name, and then like just tweak it, add a syllable, move the letters around. I'm much more interested in like the flow of a name, making it seem like it just like feels natural to say. If it's something stupid like Jardan Narthrill, like that is like that could be a name, but it doesn't feel right.
I don't see anything wrong with Janan Tarthrill.
Says Greg.
Whose name is renowned. Greg lives. Greg works.
I still hate typing your character's name when I'm texting about your character.
Because it always wants to autocorrect to Greek.
Oh.
Danny, make an Asian space pirate so you can play around with the R sound. Maybe? That wasn't even a question.
He's definitely not going to be Asian this time.
German?
I don't know. We'll just have to see.
He can only play Axis powers?
Speaking of comedy versus serious,
Ooh.
if there was a novelization of Sneak Attack Volume 1, what do you think the balance of goof and plot would be?
Didn't we answer this one
Yeah.
already?
Okay. Eventually, I want to start world building. When you create a world, do you have people to bounce ideas off of?
I didn't for Volume 1. The people I would love to bounce ideas off of are the people playing
the game.
Josh and Mike Kelsey. So it's tough for me to find. I lean on my wife a little bit. To me, if she thinks it's interesting, then I'm going in the right direction. If she comes back with, I don't know, that seems weird, that's still not a no, because D&D is not her forte. But if she comes back pretty hard, like, that's a dumb idea you should reconsider. I know I should probably go back to the drawing board with it. So, like I said, ultimately at the end of the day, we're just telling stories. So I think you can talk to anyone about your story, about your campaign or whatever, and get positive feedback, because it doesn't have to be, is this fantasy world compelling? It can be, is this story I'm trying to tell compelling?
Yeah.
Would you care to know the answer to it? This question I'm posing. And if you can say yes to that, it doesn't matter the genre. I think you're golden.
Okay. Reed, are you going to do a voice with the one shot?
Oh, for Josh's game? Probably not. Probably not.
What is your favorite non-recorded D&D story that you have been a part of? Oh, what stories have you been a part of that aren't D&D?
Non-recorded.
Non-recorded.
Oh,
I've only ever played in Reed's game, so I guess I played in one of yours.
You play one, but that's not your favorite.
It was one session, right?
Yeah.
It was one session.
Yeah.
It needed to be more, but
Yeah.
yeah, we never got together again.
We were too dumb to figure out that puzzle.
I almost killed them all in one go.
It
Oh.
happens sometimes.
Some of my favorite moments are still in that first game we played.
Mhm.
There's a lot of really awesome, even
That
like
we
stuff
kept the
with-
goof hard. in
stuff.
that game.
Yeah, the goof was real hard that game.
Yeah.
Um,
We goofed, we gaffed, we laughed.
and a lot of it has to do with the fact that we weren't recording, so we had time to just like trail off for 30 minutes and be stupid,
Mhm.
whereas we don't have that luxury now.
And characters could do something out of character in the flip of a hat, and it was no problem.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's no need for consistency.
Mhm.
one of my favorite things as a DM in a non-recorded game was I set up a fight with like a kraken. They were on a boat heading to some place. I don't remember where they're heading.
Is this in our first game?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they got in a fight with the kraken, and our friend Dustin, who is hilarious, tried to min-max his character to the fullest, but anytime he tried to do something like flavorful, would biff it hard. I mean hard.
Yeah.
He once tried to do a backflip
Fell off a cliff.
and fell off a cliff. Was like out of the fight for the entire time, so he earned like no experience.
I think we saved him by shooting a crossbow bolt with a rope tied to it through his calf.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so that's right. You drug him up.
Yeah. And he kept
So-
incurring damage.
So
But this was the Kraken.
in the
I had jumped on the Kraken.
in the Kraken, yeah, Josh was so mad because he couldn't like hit it from a distance because he would stick up his tentacles out of the water, and then like all of our ranged healers or ranged people, which was like everybody but Josh,
Yeah.
was doing range damage, either spells or arrows or something like that. And Josh just gets so fed up, he just like throws his weapon down and dives off the side of the boat, and then he just disappears. I say he just disappears for a long time, and then like 2 full turns later, the Kraken leaps over the boat and sails across the bow, and you just hear Josh as Greg just laughing uncontrollably as he's like sailing. And he's like punching it as he's
Yeah,
flying.
yeah,
That was-
yeah.
That was so dope.
I had to keep rolling Constitution saves, and I kept saving.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Like,
every
it was-
time.
And so Dustin's watching this, and he's like
Yeah.
wanting to be a part of
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, Dustin, he's in the crow's nest firing arrows at this guy, and of course, I gave Josh a whole bunch of experience for being cool, and so Dustin, just defaulting to his I got to do something, tried backflipping off the crow's nest, biffed his landing, and like broke his ankle or something like that, and just like whap right onto the deck and just threw himself out. It was hilarious.
Well, and didn't he tried to jump on the Kraken as well,
Oh, that's right.
but he couldn't hang on.
He could never hang on. Every
Yeah,
time he would land on it, he just immediately fall off.
Mhm.
It was pretty dope.
That was fun. Those were good times.
Those were good times.
Does Bryce feel stronger now? I'm sure he does.
Swole.
All right,
Swole
guys,
Bryce. Swole Bryce in the chat.
This one's for everybody. Lo mein or chow mein?
Lo mein, hands down. No crunchy noodles. Gotta be soft noodles.
Yeah.
Wait, what's chow mein?
Chow mein's like it's like
Ramen without being cooked?
no, there's like
Oh.
these fried crunchy noodles that you put in with it, and they get soggy as they sit in this
Those are like are those
thick stew.
are they both at Who Hot? Is that like the
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
the- yeah. I know
yeah.
what you're talking about. They're
Yep.
more like yellow and
Huh.
like
No,
more-
these are like deep fried noodles. So they're like
oh
actually crunchy.
crunchy. Oh
Yeah, yeah.
wow, okay.
No, I don't know. I prefer the soft ones, I guess.
Why is Reed so savage?
I am?
Upbringing, I guess.
Is that a question?
That was the question.
Oh yeah, I'm a verbally abusive father.
He has a dark backstory.
Dan worked for him. He knows.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of savage, did you guys heard the behind the scenes audio for this month, right?
Yeah.
I did. I listened to it.
That is the most savage.
Oh
When-
gosh.
When Reed,
Sorry. No, just
That was-
right here. It's right here. Right here.
you got one family that cares about you, and it's right here, Dan.
That was that was one of the
I don't
things.
he
remember-
only says those things to make me stronger.
I
He's helping you. He's helping you.
There are a few moments in my life where I say something as a joke, and I know the person will receive it as a joke. But even I say to myself, that was maybe too
It was
mean.
harsh. That was
There's been like 3 moments, and I think they've all been directed at Danny. I feel pretty bad about that.
yeah.
I feel like we've known each other so long. We almost like I get a pass. We were
Oh,
each
for
other's
sure.
best men.
Yeah.
Was there ever a point when you guys thought you wouldn't become friends, or your friendship would end?
No,
It's
Not for
always-
me.
It's always been solid.
even after high school, like
Wow. How did you meet?
freshman year, I
Mhm.
transferred to the school that he was attending.
Was it basically like a high school version of, hey, you want to be friends?
We had PE together, second period of that freshman year, and there was only like 7 or 8 of us in this class. So
I was actually told before Reed came to school, because I was at LCS before for like a year, and then I was actually told by someone who went to school with Reed
before,
at his previous school to not be friends with him. They were like, "Stay away from him. He's trouble." And I was like, "Nah."
Wow, Reed had a reputation.
okay, I was a little bit mean. I wasn't a bully per se. I was a little mean. I would say hurtful things to people sometimes. The person in particular,
You were savage, basically.
the person in particular who said this,
He's the kind of person that asks for it. all
thank
the
you.
time.
That wasn't from me.
Yes.
He would intentionally rub people the wrong way
Yeah.
to elicit a response.
Yep.
And I was never afraid to give him that response.
Mhm.
And I'm still that way today. I'm not perfect. I probably shouldn't say the things that I deeply want to say. But if someone's going to rub me the wrong way for a long period of time, I'm eventually going to say something if they're asking for it.
When you have like just the right amount of intelligence and wit to just destroy someone. That's a
Yeah.
dangerous, you know what I mean? Like
I
you can say something that you know they're going to be thinking about and
Yeah.
will keep them awake at night.
I have successfully gotten not 1 but 2 Christian school teachers to tell me to shut up. Because specifically because something I said was so hurtful to another student who provoked me. I was fine, and then they provoked me, and when I respond, I get told to shut up.
Yeah. Danny, did anyone
Danny was a model student.
Did Danny have a reputation?
Danny was a model student. He was the straight and narrow, no diversion.
I felt like I could get away with it.
He could get away with anything. It's a minority card.
That's it. That's it.
Did you go, I don't know where my homeroom is?
Will you play an Asian character?
That was like a Tommy Wiseau. Hey guys,
I've been watching a lot of his stuff. I really like that guy.
I don't know where my homeroom is. It's so funny, Mark.
So I had a reputation in high school.
Oh?
Yeah. I was the kid who punched a dude in the face freshman year.
Yeah.
I think I've shared that story.
That was
on here
that was
before.
a prison move, though, right? You just asserted yourself right away.
That was I was after he had like already been like shoving me into lockers and like pulling my hair and like
I can't believe that's real life.
bullying me. So like I told my parents about it. My dad said, "Yeah, you can punch him in the face." And so one day he shoved my face to a locker, called me a name, walked away, and I went and slapped him in the face. He ran at me and I punched him. And then we both got 3 days OSS, except I came back after 3 days and he had to go to some kind of like mental school thing to like
Because you hit him so hard?
no, because dude had some issues. Like, and it was like,
Shocker.
and now he kind of like went ballistic after that happened. Yeah, man, there's still like a part of me that's like worried one day he's gonna show up on my front doorstep. Like he's gonna find me.
Mm.
Like
I had someone in school threaten to kill me.
Oh.
I had two.
Yeah.
But although it was more of like a crazy, like not like a real threat,
Oh
like a crazy person.
no, mine said I'm gonna stab Reed with a knife.
Mm.
So he already had the weapon planned and everything.
The dude had the knife in front of me.
Oh really?
We were in he was the other kid I punched his face, one of his friends, and we're in sculpting class, and I'm in the back putting my thing into the kiln,
Kill him.
and I turn around and there he is with an X-Acto knife and he's just holding it, And he goes, I could stab you right now. And I'm like,
Couldn't stab you right now.
I go, yeah, you could. He said it'd be really stupid. And then I walked by him back into the classroom. And it was just like, that was close. Like, I don't know what he was. It's just, I think they just want to scare you. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Get some kind of kick out of scaring folk. New question. Reed, has Josh and Danny seen the I Love Refrigerators video?
I love a refrigerator.
I sent it to Dan as soon as I saw it. Literally, I think I saw it on my stream, on my Twitch stream. I stopped what I was doing, copied the link, and I sent it to Dan on Discord. Like as I was streaming, and then I went back to business. It's my favorite. It's my favorite video of all time.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to check it out after this.
Yeah, we'll show you.
Reed doesn't send me stuff.
There's a reason I sent it to Dan. There's a reason I sent it to Dan.
Cool.
Are we caught up?
We're caught up, man. We're
Oh,
caught up with all
awesome.
the questions.
Right.
We can just do what we want now.
All right, I'm gonna play Pokemon Go.
Are you still playing it?
No, my gosh, no. It's not even installed on my phone.
You know, my brother, he hacked it so that he would trick his phone into thinking he was walking around the block again and again and again. Or he would trick it that he's in Australia so
Ooh.
he could catch the special one that's there.
Yeah.
And totally ruined the point of the
That's
whole
how you
game.
get your account banned.
Yep.
Did he ever get his account banned?
Nope.
Oh, well.
No, he did it, and then they shut down the thing that allowed you to do it. They're like people who made the thing that did that.
Mm-hmm.
But he never got found out.
Oh, nice.
So any of you people who are watching that are
Don't report him to Niantic.
yeah, I don't know why you do that. Reed, now that you've stopped streaming, how do we split up your viewers between Josh and Danny? I'm not doing anything.
No, Josh isn't streaming anymore.
You're splitting your. Just go to Danny.
I mean,
Eh,
or not.
or not.
And if you want to watch a guy not shoot any guns,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to
for
watch him
over
play a
an
shooter
hour.
without shooting,
Come
honestly,
get that tofu chicken dinner.
tofu chicken. What you should do, Mike and I should stream whenever we play Overwatch because we are crushing it right now. We've moved up so much SR lately. We're killing it.
I still think we need to have a sneak attack Twitch that all of us have access to. That any of us can stream from at any point in time. I think that would kick butt.
Maybe.
How did all of the sneak attack crew meet?
Oh, okay.
That is in one of our extra bits of content.
Like a mailbag episode, right?
It's in one of the mailbags or one of the other bonus things that we did.
We can answer it
But
here,
we
though.
can talk about it,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I met Danny and Mike through school, and then I met Josh and Kelsey through church, and so
I met Josh through Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
Yeah.
Josh met Kelsey through
I was equally yoked.
J-Date.
JD.
Josh thought it was for people whose names start with J, and
Kelsey thought she was getting a date.
Kelsey thought she was Jewish. So that's what J-Date is. It's for Jewish people. You guys didn't know that?
I didn't know. I didn't know that.
It's J-Date.
L'chaim.
Like,
Josh
hi.
shows up with his red hair. You know,
It's,
obviously.
it's like, you ready for barbecue?
Show me the moil. I don't know a lot of Jewish words.
What is the
I don't know a lot of Jewish
What is
words.
the moil, Josh?
I know it has something to do with circumcision.
What is the moil?
I don't know, Reed.
You're right. It does have something to do with circumcision. The moil is the person who performs it. When at what ceremony is it performed at?
Bar mitzvah.
No, it's the baby. It's the baby.
You know, so what's the ceremony?
I don't know what the ceremony's
okay.
called.
It's called a bris.
A mikveh. I don't know.
That's very offensive.
Guys, I'm just repeating stuff that's like in my brain.
That's very offensive.
No idea what I'm talking about. Will you 1v1 me?
What?
Will you and Mike 1v1 me on Overwatch? I think.
Mike and I will 2v1 you. Yes.
Yeah.
We will win.
1v2. That's what it was. Will we ever get video of y'all in character? What does that mean?
Like LARPing?
I don't think so. You know what I always wanted to do? I still want to do this. We're never going to do it in terms of the Patreon because I don't think we'll ever reach that level right now, at least. But I still like the idea of doing 6 episodes 6 like TV style episodes, Sesame Street style, teaching Dungeons and Dragons with puppets, and some of the puppets being our characters, like a Greg puppet that's got the Greg voice, and Kelsey dressed as Brenna, like having a conversation. Like I think that would be really cool.
So like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, like Sesame Street, but each episode would be based around one of the 6 key, like, not skills, but abilities. Or maybe I'm getting those confused. Like, there'd be a charisma episode, an intelligence episode. I think it would be great.
Maybe, yeah, that would be interesting. I see Kaz, like, behind-the-scenes video, but not just goofing, like, us. Like, that behind-the-scenes video we used for the Patreon
Oh, like that.
has us playing.
I mean, we're close on Patreon,
Yeah.
breaking that financial goal. We have a back catalog of recorded stuff, but I more just dumped it onto a hard drive than, like, it's not very organized. So I do have the Facebox moment recorded and keep meaning to go back and edit that moment.
That's a good one.
But
There's an episode.
not a lot of time.
There's
Financially, not a lot of time.
There's a moment next episode, too, that's very funny. Similar to Facebox.
What happened next episode?
The title of the next episode is in reference to it.
I don't remember.
Oh, well, you'll
My
see.
brain. You texted me about it.
I did, because I asked you if 150 was it or if 151 is it.
I remember that, but I don't remember what it was.
You'll just have to wait and see.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I remember. I
Yeah.
looked it up on the text message.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is going to be funny, I suppose. I guess it just pinwheels around me saying something stupid. It's just,
You're just the catalyst for humor.
yeah.
Like, the humor flows through you, and then Mike is the distillment of it.
Uh-huh. You know what? I was watching Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Great show.
And Colin, I think I'm Colin. Like, because Colin Mockery would just say stupid stuff, but it was so out there and weird that they would riff on it and laugh.
Yeah.
Like when Ryan said, when I say Cuban and good cigars, what comes to mind? And he goes,
Tapioca.
tapioca. Yeah, it's one of the
Tapioca.
best moments.
And then, Ryan loses it because he
Yeah.
just can't contain himself.
Can't contain himself. That was Ricky Martin's big song, Tapioca. Tapioca.
That's super good. I love Old Who's Line.
I really wish those were on DVDs. Ellen is very salty that we keep getting close to 3,000, but we can't crest it.
I know. I'm kind of
Just
the same way.
It's our size right now.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
at
like,
the-
we're exactly where we should be.
Yeah.
So,
we are right now, like just like in a poll that was done, I think last year of Patreon, we're in the top 2% of creators, like what they're making on Patreon. So I by no means do we feel like we're not doing well.
Oh,
no, yeah, we're
We're blown
That's
away by the
crazy.
level of support we have, and so the like we're excited to keep going, and we like the idea of growing, and I think we will. You know what I mean?
yeah.
As we start to make new content, volume 2, you know what I mean? Jumping into the sci-fi genre we might lose some followers because of that.
Yeah, I think so.
But we might also find a whole new pocket of the internet that's interested in that.
I
stuff.
think we'll lose a small contingent of people who are here just for D&D, and that's fine.
They just like the genre of
A
fantasy.
fantasy, and I'm fine with
Yeah.
that.
They're not really into like our characters so
Yeah.
much or our personalities.
And I think there will be a large contingent of people who initially started listening to Sneak Attack for fantasy D&D that stick around because they like us.
Yes.
And our rapport, our table feel, which I'm very proud of. I'm very
They-
happy of that.
They came for the fantasy genre, but they're staying for the spicy noodles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I think there will be another contingent of people who come to Volume 2 specifically for the sci-fi aspect. So I think ultimately by moving to sci-fi, and that's not, I want to be very clear, that's not why I chose this or why we landed on this as a team.
No.
Because if we just wanted to stick with fantasy, I feel like we probably just would have done something else.
Yeah.
Like maybe totally mix the format up, Josh DM, add new people. I don't know. But that just didn't feel that's not what I wanted to do. We talked about it as a team. We kind of felt like, let's challenge ourselves creatively. Let's move in a new direction. And I think, so by moving to sci-fi, we will attract a different audience that will come because of sci-fi, because it's a different way of telling a sci-fi story. You don't see a lot of podcasts doing that right now. And then hopefully they'll stick around because they like us.
I think too, I think a lot of people who love the fantasy genre don't realize how much fantasy and sci-fi are similar.
They're very similar.
That like there's really not a lot of difference.
No.
Like the I remember I picked up one of the Mass Effect novels and I got into it. And I initially thought like I'm just gonna do this because Reed's playing Mass Effect, my brother's playing Mass Effect, and I'm gonna be talking with these guys. I want to at least like know about the world, but I don't want to play the game. So because I'm an idiot apparently, because that's a great game. But
They're great games, except Andromeda.
Yeah, so I listened to the books, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's no difference between like the things I love about fantasy, the crazy creatures and the interesting magic concepts and the you know what I mean, the conflicts of these like new races and people groups that I didn't know. Like it's all there. Like it's all totally there.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
The medium is different, but the stories are nearly identical.
Yeah, it's really you could pick it up and just pop it, change a couple of the flavor texts, and you've got it's no different.
I saw
than fantasy.
I saw a few people express a little bit of negativity when I posted on Twitter yesterday that we were doing a sci-fi thing, and part of me was like, okay, that's fine. Like I expected that, but another part of me is also just like, okay, first of all, you haven't even given it a chance, but secondly, like they're so similar.
They really are.
They're so. I mean, if you watch any good sci-fi, Dune, Battlestar Galactica, Mass Effect from a game, like there's such deep ties to role-playing games, all and tied in with that, and high fantasy in general. Like I know high fantasy is an older genre because it's drawing from some type of medieval inspiration, but like just because sci-fi is newer doesn't make it inherently worse. They're very still rooted in the same thing. We've missed a lot of questions.
I got them all. I'm keeping track of
perfect.
everything. Reed, are you aware of how much you've made me love Westra?
Yes, I think, because every episode makes me love Westra even more. And I feel like if I'm really attached to a character, then I hope you guys are as well. This next episode on Friday is a huge Westra episode.
Where she dies.
Yeah. I mean, but like, it's not as bad as she's dead though. There's a lot of dialogue with her and a lot of like character exposition from her perspective, which is really fun for me and also really challenging because I get into the point where I don't RP as hard as Josh, but I RP pretty hard.
Yeah.
And like I get like choked up or anxious or like I start feeling the feelings of this character. And so it's I get like really sucked into this. And when I'm talking as her, when I'm detailing about her life or what she's feeling or why she's getting anxious or why she's like having all this conflict internally, I feel that as well. And so it's really fun for me to do that and really hard for me to not like infantilize the character, but also create depth. And it's just a really awesome balance that I don't get in a lot of characters. So I enjoy it a lot. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it a lot. I'm hoping that the more like these next 6 to 8 episodes, she'll play a really large part. And
I think you do a really good job of creating lovable characters that aren't Mary Sue's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I never want to play myself.
No, like but beyond that, like the infallible character that everyone always loves and is always perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like they all have their issues, you know what I mean, and their baggage and their stuff that they're dealing with in the world. They're not perfect. They don't got it all figured out, and they're not successful at every endeavor. I love Westra. I think she created a cool character that feels 3-dimensional. Which is interesting because initially she was just a port of
Tracer.
Yeah.
I just like Tracer as a character.
Yeah.
Well, I knew I wanted a character that could create portals. And of course, like that's kind of like teleportation, which is what Tracer does in Overwatch. So I just kind of like took that model of the British accent, very like bouncy and bubbly, and just made it fit in my world. And then throughout the way, as I'm forced to write explanation as to how she got there, or like what her mom was like, or her relationship with Arlen, then I'm fleshing out the character more and like adding this nuance. And I think a lot of that you're going to see in this next episode, which I'm stoked about.
Okay, I would like Danny to answer this next question.
Okay.
I have my weekly D&D session today.
Mhm.
Can you give me a line to work in at some point? Anything goes. They're asking for a challenge. Give them a line that they're gonna have trouble working in.
Ooh, what if we all we do one word of a sentence one at a time, so we have to feed off each other.
Yes.
Oh, I like that. I
Okay.
like that. I like that.
Josh, you start.
Give
Are we going down?
Yeah.
Okay. It
2
all
of
Benedict's
straight. I'm writing this down.
and
narrow
Pole.
what?
give it to all of Benedict's straight and narrow pole.
Yeah. Give it to all of Benedict's straight and narrow pole. Good luck.
Pole?
Like a rod?
Oh,
Like a pole?
kind of up to him. Like a rod.
Not like a pole, like you're pulling something.
Like
Not P-U-L-L.
Not P-U-L-L.
Like
P-O-L.
P-O-L-E.
Like a pole, like a flagpole.
Give it.
Like a flagpole, but not like a flagpole.
Give it to all Benedict's straight and narrow pole. This is a beautiful train wreck. Would you guys ever consider doing a meetup as a group if you don't go to more cons? I only see us ever doing that at cons. I don't know that I see
Yeah.
us doing a meetup like making our own con.
I mean, like even organizing just like a 1 day, like a few hour thing would be tough. Just, I mean, Josh and I were just talking about this the other day. We're known within the D&D podcast community,
Mhm.
which is D&D podcasts are a small section of podcasting in general, which is a small section of
Yeah,
media consumption. So
we're in a pack. We have our own kind of corner.
I
of
think
the
if we
internet.
said, hey, in 2 months we're going to be at this place, even in a populated city like Chicago, LA, New York, if we said, hey, we're going to be this place in 2 months, mark your calendars, and we promoted it like crazy on Twitter on the episode, we would still maybe get 25 people.
Yeah, which is awesome,
Awesome.
and we would love that. But that's probably the best it's gonna get. Like
Exactly.
yeah.
So I think trying to organize a meetup with people that would make it financially like beneficial for all parties,
Yeah.
because all of us would have to travel. Like, if it's just like 5 people, would you just go like get a burger?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like I don't know what that looks like, and not saying we would never do it, but
Give us 10 years. Let's build a big creative company first.
I think SneakCon has potential, or OrcCon or something. I
Oh,
don't know.
sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if we create new creative properties and do other stuff, you know what I mean, and we start to build our larger audience off those things feeding into each other, I don't see any reason why. But we're not sprinting. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like we're in a marathon. Like that's
Poll. Sorry.
will there be blue Sneak Attack merch with Volume 2?
I think so.
Kind of tagging onto that, are Sneak Attack hats still a possibility?
I would like there to be.
Yes.
I would rock one.
I would love that. Yeah.
Yes.
I would love a beanie. I would like a Sneak Attack beanie,
Yeah.
to be completely honest.
I want a hat that's not a snapback. I don't like snapbacks.
What's
What's
a
a
snapback?
snapback?
The little like into like adjustable.
Do people still wear those?
Yeah.
Oh man,
So you want it like fitted?
I've been doing.
Fitted.
Dude, how about a Sneak Attack driver's cap with the logo on the back here?
Sounds terrible.
I would rock the crap out of that. If any of you guys want to make one for me, please.
I think Kaylee's been doing embroidery lately, actually.
Hey, dude, Kaylee, you want to make me a Sneak Attack driver's cap? I would legit wear
There
the
you
crap
go.
out of that.
There you go.
Reed, did you like Me 3?
Mass Effect 3.
Okay.
Is
Is that Andromeda?
no.
That was 4, right?
Yes. I like 80% of Mass Effect 3.
80%?
80%.
What's the 20?
The ending.
Mm. No, Josh, just no.
I absolutely need general head size, and yes, I will see. Kaylee wants to make you an embroidered.
There you go.
Driver
You
cap.
got it.
All right, I'll get my head size and let you know. I did a little contest on the Sneak Attack Discord. Did you
Oh,
know
yeah?
about that?
No.
I did I told the
7 3/4.
Is that yours?
That's my head size.
Nice.
It's enormous.
How do you know that? Just off the gate?
You don't know yours?
No, not like No, I always wear the one size fits
What
all.
was this going to tell you?
Oh,
Give me.
oh, there it is.
It's that, obviously.
And does that work? Does that work?
Kaylee, it's right about
That's
this.
the size. that you
It's
Screenshot it.
this. Gosh. No, I was
Tapioca.
I was in Kansas City at a Chiefs game, and the last time I was there, I said I want to buy a hat. So I went, and they only had a few hats in my size because of how big my head is, and so it's 7 3/4.
Well, we've got one of those like Taylor's
Yeah.
measuring tapes, so I'll wrap it around my head later and get it to you. But the contest I did on the Discord, which if you guys don't know about the Discord, there's a Discord.
It's pretty dope.
Um,
It's run by Ellen.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm in there because it's fun
I am not.
to talk with everybody. And so I in the fan art section of the Discord, I posted a challenge that there are 2 pieces of fan art on our website that I did. And I said, whoever can find them both first, I'll do a fan art of your character. I'll draw your character. And Ellen won. She beat out Craig.
Ooh.
So rip Craig. He found one and he posted it. He goes, "Is this one?" And I said, "Yep." And then everybody else had one. And so like
Yeah, that
was not a great
bold
strategy.
move, Craig.
Yeah.
you expected that British honesty would
He
translate.
was so salty.
There's a Sneak Attack Discord. It's fan run by Ellen and Craig. Craig is the creator of the channel. Ellen is a mod on the server. It's all, like I said, it's all fan run. It's not official or affiliated with us in any way, but we certainly support it.
Yeah. I mean, it's slightly affiliated just because it's all Sneak Attack. But it's not. We don't.
Right.
We don't like
Yeah.
We have
promote it as
no-
it's something we do.
We
Yeah,
have no
yeah, yeah.
ownership of it. We don't tell people how to run it, how
Nope.
like what can or can't be posted.
Nope. But you can pick which team you're on. I'm Team Brenna. So, and there's a team for everybody.
Is there a team for me?
I don't know if there's a team Reed.
Hey, Bryce, can you ban Ellen from the chat, please? Help me out, dog. If you can ban Ellen for not having a team read, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
We're pretty much over time at this point, so we've got 10 minutes till it will force us out. Any last words, fellas? Final statements, things you'd like to say?
I see you, Ellen. I see you. What do you got, Josh?
Give it all to Benedict straight and narrow pole.
Ooh.
I don't know how you can make that fit, but good luck. What? He's dead.
It's like you just went, here, Josh, take this thing. I'll get the tee out, take the ball, put it right on top, line it up for you, hand him the bat, and then just let him swing away. Swing away, Merle.
All right, that's all the blood has rushed to my head.
Not the pole.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Thanks, everybody.
I appreciate you guys. Here's some things. Last little bit. Despite the fact that Volume 1 is ending probably in June, that does not mean that this regularly scheduled Patreon stuff is coming to a close.
No, we're gonna keep it going.
We're going to keep it going. We're going to be drip feeding content about Volume 2 in the Patreon. You guys will be the first ones to know about any new Volume 2 stuff coming out.
I also think it'd be fun if anything new creative we do. It'd be fun to like give them a taste before it goes live.
I agree. You guys can almost kind of like be our beta testers a little bit.
Yeah.
So like, just because Volume 1 is coming to a close does not mean that we are moonlighting or sunsetting the Patreon. Far from it. Actually, I would say
Skinwalk.
I would say in reality, the amount of content on Patreon might see an increase.
Sorry.
In fact, I'm just gonna block you guys out. Don't worry about it. Just get out of there. In fact, There we go.
just be alone for
Yeah,
a minute.
I need a moment. No, the Patreon stuff is going to continue. It's going to be really dope. I'm very much looking forward to all the new content that we're able to put out on there and get your guys' feedback on. So, anywho, I'm Jay Kang.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support, your love for the show. Obviously, your passion keeps us going every single week. Excited to keep making content for you, but super stoked for this new content we got coming out.
If you haven't, check out the new print that Mike made that we're getting ready to do.
Fire.
So it's going to be awesome.
It's
All right.
dope.
Peace, everybody.